Hey, good morning. Happy Tuesday. Even when I'm not in my happiest mood, I still say happy whatever day it is. Even if I'm not in the greatest mood. Because sometimes you gotta lie to yourself. Cheers. And it's not that I'm not in the happiest mood. It's that things are frustrating. Life is frustrating. And I think life is just frustrating for all of us. You, me, yo, blow down the road, everyone. Life is just difficult for everybody. And probably one of the most difficult things to do is to realize that you need money for something when payday is coming around and you got bills. And what do? Do you not pay your bill and do your thing that you need to do? Or do you contact the company and talk to them about it? And that's a difficult conversation to have, to say, admit that you don't have the money, or yes, you do have the money, but you need it for other things. And hey, can we finagle our payments around? That's a hard conversation to have with any company, but definitely a conversation worth having, because you don't know if you don't ask. And even if it's a hard conversation, you still don't know if you don't ask. So have those hard conversations, I guess. It's a difficult thing to do. I'm not saying it's easy at all. I hate doing it. But sometimes you've got to do what you've got to do. And if that's calling the company that you owe a payment to, or payments to, or multiple payments to, and you talk to them and let them know what's going on, sometimes they can work with you. Cheers. So I'm really hoping, like I already texted them this morning, my vehicle company. I don't have to call in. I can text in, which is great, because sometimes talking to those people and answering their questions verbally, it's a hard thing to do. It's really hard. It makes you feel like shit. Makes you feel like you can't do anything. And yeah, again, like I said, life is hard for everybody these days. And if it's not hard for you, great, good. Cheers. Cheers to you for life not being hard right now. But also, just because I'm doing this crafting thing and cookie thing doesn't mean I'm rolling in the money right now. Doesn't mean I'm rolling the dough. Technically, making cookies, I am rolling in the dough, but you know how hard it is to get $2 around for buttermilk? Yes, I know I'm a smoker. Yes, but there's a lot of things, a lot of intricacies. I don't know. But also, it's hard. Sometimes, even when I wanted to do the farmer's market, you know how hard it was to get $20 around to go put my shit up at the farmer's market? I never did it because I never had $20 just to say, hey, here, let me set my shit up here at the farmer's market for $20 for that day or an evening or whatever. I didn't even have that, so I stopped even trying. And sometimes you got to keep trying, and sometimes you got to quit trying. And I don't know where I'm at. But even if I realize right now that even if I had a regular job making the money that I was making before my heart attack, I would still be in the same boat that I'm in now, which is no money. Because even when I was working at the factory job, I would pay everything and I would still have no money left. So what do? I don't know. You know what I'm going to do? Crochet penises. That's what knit. That's what I'm going to do. Knit. Because I don't know what to do next. I've texted the people, and so I can just hope and pray that they work with me. And up to now, they have 100% worked with me every time I've called them and said, hey, can we finagle these payments around? I don't ask to not pay for a week. I ask to finagle a payment to a different day, a different week. And we got our taxes done, so eventually when those come back in, which is better than last year, so but when those come back in, I can catch up on payments and stuff. So I have that information to offer them. So whenever you're calling your people, your bill collectors and whatnot, make sure you have other options to offer, because they're going to want another offer. They're going to want, well, if you can't make your payment this week, what can you do? So before I even let them text me back, I I had a plan before I sent the message of, hey, we can do this, this, and this if we don't pay our payment this week. So, yeah. Yeah, I get it. We all get it, right? We're all doing stuff. And just because you're not in the situation right now doesn't mean you weren't. And just because you're not in the situation right now doesn't mean you won't ever be. So, just take it as with a grain of salt. And that's what I'm trying to do. Trying to, like, I already cried this morning. I've already, been pissed off this morning. And I'm trying to not let that carry throughout my day. Right? I'm trying to not let that carry throughout my day. I don't know. Is that long enough? We'll see. Maybe one or two more. So, because this will go right here like this. Is that long enough? I don't know. Because I got to figure how it's going to fit in the package. The package being the bikini thong that I put on it. That I make to put on it. Do one or two more. We'll be done with this one. So that's what I'm doing this morning. I'm just trying to finagle things and work with things and work with myself and work with the husband. And sometimes we don't like to work together. It's a thing. Like I want what I want and he's like, well, we can't because of this. So, okay, give me some options. And so, he did. He gave me some options. I text the people, and so we'll see where that goes. Because sometimes things come up and you've got to do what you got to do, and you've got to be able to finagle your payments to a different area of whatever. Maybe. There are a lot of people out there that actually pay their stuff on time and that don't have a problem with making their payments. Tons of people. I'm not one of them. I am not one of them. So, whatever, right? Whatever. And sometimes I get a little emotional when I'm talking about that because it's not fun to know that you can't do it. It's just not fun at all. And it's not fun to consistently be struggling. Like, I really even just asked the universe, hey, can we get some financial stability here in my life? Like, I've been through enough of my life. I could just use some financial stability for the rest of my life. Like, that would be amazing. So, but you got to give the universe time to work, right? You have to give the universe time to work in your favor. So that's kind of where I'm at, waiting for the universe to work. I just asked yesterday, not expecting immediate results, but I am expecting results soon. So, and I'm okay. Like, I'm a little teary-eyed, and that's fine. But it's a thing, you feel like sometimes, the things that are going on in your life that didn't bother you before, all of a sudden, whoop, they pop up, and whoop, now we're dealing with this. So let's deal with this. It happens, right? So, it'll be all right. It will be just fine. And it's just hard conversations to have. And a lot of people won't call their companies and have that hard conversation. Is it hard to do? Absolutely, it's hard to do. Is it worth it? Generally, it is worth it. Now I'm binding it off. I've made it long enough, I think. Now I'm binding it off. And then I will add the other things to it after I'm done binding this off. Because, like, I knit this. What am I doing? I knit this part and then I crochet the other part. Shit. Sometimes things get frustrating. Sometimes you got to work with it. Which is another reason that I do stuff on here, like with this and stuff, is, not everything works every single time that you try to do it. And there are many times where I'm dropping my yarn and picking it back up. And it didn't feel right, so I got to drop it and pick it right back up. And that's a lot of things in life where you've got to finagle it a different way. Maybe you need to drop it and pick it back up. Maybe you started doing the stitch wrong or whatever. I'm using knitting and crocheting for life lessons. And sometimes I pick up the stitch wrong. What am I doing? So now And this is very, very small. Like I'm doing side to side, very, very small, very small. And only 4 stitches per side. Come on, get on there. There we go. Drop it all. I dropped it all. Drop it all. Sometimes you just gotta drop it all and pick it back up and start again. Figure out where you're going, figure out where you're at, and pick it back up and start again. And that's probably been my biggest life lesson for today. I try to come up with something every day to talk about, to inspire about, that I'm going through, that other people may be going through as well. And sometimes you've got to drop it, let it set for a moment, pick it back up. A moment can be however long you want it to be. Sometimes if I'm frustrated, I'll drop it and I'll walk away for 20 minutes. Therein lies my moment. So I'm binding this off, which means I'm basically running all the stitches kind of together to make it a more appeasing way of ending it. Because again, like I'm gonna reattach the yarn, like I'll finish all this off, I'll reattach the yarn and I'll crochet the other little danglies that go with it. I said danglies, I don't care. We know what I'm talking about. We being meaning me, myself, and I. We know what I'm talking about. So, got that done. Got my scissors. Don't put them in my lap and cut my pants. There we go with that. All done. So then that looks, let me get this. Sometimes I got the stuff sticking out. I'll stick it back in there. There we go. Tweezers. So that's all nice and bound off and ready for me to attach the yarn to make my other little attachments for it. Whatever. So, but sometimes life happens and you don't know how to do whatever it is you need to do, and you don't know how to figure it out. And sometimes you need help figuring it out. Sometimes I need help figuring things out. Sometimes what I need and want don't match what the resources that I have available. Whatever. That almost went in my coffee. Man, that would have made me mad. But not so mad, I would have just picked it out of my coffee, threw it away, and made another one. Because they're so small and they don't really take very long. Yeah, so whatever. So, on a Tuesday, find your own things to feel grateful for. And right now, I am really grateful that normally my vehicle company works with me on my payments. So if something comes up in the middle of the week and you're like, ooh, if I make that payment, then I can't do this. But I need to do this so I can make that payment later as well. It's back and forth, man. It's back and forth. Oh, you know what else cheers people up? Boobs. Boobs cheer people up. So I'm going to show you some boobs. There is my one koozie. Well, here's both of them. The green one is for my one kid who ordered it. But there it is. Boobs. And yeah, that's the top view. That's the bottom view. So they look like real boobs. I promise you. It's a little sticking out there a little bit. Tuck that back in there. So yeah, boobs make people happy, I guess. That's what I've heard anyway. I don't know if it's true or not. Boobs don't make me happy, but boobs make other people happy. So there you go. Covered up boobs. If you want to see the boobs uncovered, buy one. These are $20 for this particular one. It's $20. If you get one with this little guy attached to it, it's $30. Not even kidding. $30. Because there's a lot of extra stuff that goes into it that doesn't go into these. Like I make, okay, so I'm going to do it anyway. Look at that. Whatever. So, and they're pretty good. Like I finagled the nipple a little bit. And so it's pretty, but it's pretty good. It's a good thing. Because people enjoy it. Look, I wouldn't make it if people didn't enjoy it. But I've got orders. So, and people want them. Whatever. I got to make some that are like this. Maybe some with flowers or roses or hearts, stars, something floral. I don't know. So that's what we're going with. So I'm working on stuff. Doesn't mean, just because I'm working on stuff doesn't mean I'm making the money that I need to make right now. I would love to make the money that I need to make right now. But that doesn't always happen. But also, you can't use no ifs, ands, buts, yeah buts, or rabbits about it. I was pushing that string down farther. It felt a little funny in the middle. No ifs, ands, buts, yabbits, or rabbits. And here I am butting myself. I'm like, well, I would like this, but, I'm doing it to myself. Don't do it to yourself. I just did it to myself. But, the company, the vehicle company loves working with me because I give them good publicity. I almost flubbed over that word. That's okay. So yeah, do what you can to call your people. If you got stuff going on, I don't know where I'm going with that. I just know that I'm doing stuff. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. Half the time, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Do you know what you're doing half the time? You get up, you go to work, you do things. You come home, you make dinner, you do things. You go to bed, you get up in the morning, you go and do more things. Every day we're getting up and we're doing more things. Do we know what the fuck we're doing? Probably not. We're just doing kind of what we think we know we need to do. So, that's a hair. Throw it in the garbage. All right. So, find your things to feel grateful for, whatever that may be. And it could be that your vehicle company or your bill company is working with you for whatever reason that you have. I have my own reasons. You have your own reasons. Be your own magic. Find your own magic. Doesn't matter what day it is. Doesn't matter what time it is. And if you can't find your own magic or be your own magic, take some deep breaths. Realize that it's not the end of the world. This is what I've got to do. I'm not telling y'all because I don't need to do it. No, I'm telling you because I need to take a deep breath and realize it's not the end of the world. I need to do this stuff. Today is a thing. It's a day where I need to take a deep breath and know that it's not the end of the world. It's okay. It'll be fine. Because I've survived 100% of my bad days, right? So have you. We all survive 100% of our bad days normally. Some people don't. Some people have a bad day and, it stops. But other than that, yeah. So do what you can also to be your own sunshine. Doesn't matter what day it is. Doesn't matter what time it is. And tomorrow isn't promised. So you should probably try to do that today. And even if you don't succeed, don't beat yourself up about it. Don't beat yourself up for not being your own sunshine. It's okay. Because we're all going through things. We're all going through life. We're all doing stuff in life. It happens, right? It happens. So, it's okay. It will be fine. That's all I got. Hope everyone has a great, lovely, amazing day. And remember, even if life is hard right now, it's okay. I'm saying this more for myself than for anybody else. It's okay if life seems hard right now. It really is. And it's okay if you cry a little bit. It's okay if you cry just a little bit because life is hard. My friend was over the other day to pick up her order. And we didn't really hang out in high school, but we seemed to really, click, and we click on a level these days. So she came over and she picked up her order. And before we even got into the order picking up process, she walked in. I said, come in. She walked in. And she almost immediately started crying because she was having a hard time with life as well. So we all have our days and our moments, and we deserve the right to cry about our hard days and hard moments that aren't hard for someone else, but for right now, they're hard for us. So, cry it out for a minute, dry it up, move on, go do something else. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Everyone have a great day. Miss D.